What does it mean when your ex moves on quickly? And more importantly, what can you do about it? That's what we're going to be talking about in this video. But make sure you stay tuned through the end because we're going to be talking about some specific strategies you can use if your ex is moving on very quickly. But first, my name is Clay with modernlove.life, where we help you get the great loving relationship that you're looking for without having to play mind games, without having to play hard to get, and without having to pretend to be someone or something that you're not, because I believe that you deserve to be loved for the unique, amazing, and wonderful person that you are. And if you agree with me, do me a favor by hitting that thumbs up button. And if you're new here, also think about subscribing to the channel so that you can get updates about new videos that we post. Okay, let's get into this. So if your ex is moving on very quickly, it can be troubling for some people. It can make you think that maybe your relationship that you had together wasn't important to them, that maybe, if it took you and your ex, 6 months to hit some sort of milestone, whether that be moving in together, saying I love you to one another, committing to being like an official boyfriend or girlfriend, or meeting each other's families or something like that, but they're suddenly in a new relationship with someone else and they're hitting these milestones much, much more quickly, it can make you really doubt your relationship that you had with them. You can wonder, hey, they're going through all of this stuff so much faster with somebody else. Is it because it's like really meant to be? Is it because this is like the real deal relationship for them? But I want you to know that that's not necessarily what's happening here. We have to kind of look deeper beneath the surface than just what's happening, with our eyes, than what's just happening as they're going about, committing to one another, getting into new relationships and all of that. We have to look at what's happening on the emotional level. And typically when your ex is moving on very quickly, it's a sign of a rebound relationship. Now, rebound relationships aren't really about the amount of time per se, but if somebody gets out of a relationship and then they end up in a new relationship in a short period of time, most likely that's a rebound relationship. Rebound relationships are really about how somebody's dealing with their emotions. And it's not outside the realm of possibility, but let's just say I have not seen it very often that somebody's actually able to cope with their emotions in a healthy, meaningful sort of way and then turn around in just a matter of, a couple weeks or whatever, and end up in a new relationship that's completely organic, not some sort of reaction to the past or whatever. So if your ex is moving on quickly, it shows that they're probably in a rebound relationship. And if they're fast forwarding through certain milestones, it doesn't mean that the new relationship is meant to be. It doesn't mean that necessarily. What it typically means is that your ex is going through what's called displacement. That is to say, you had a certain degree of where your relationship was at with your ex. Maybe you were on the verge of talking about getting married or starting a future together or something like that. And then for whatever reason, if that relationship ended in a breakup, they may end up in a relationship with someone new. And that relationship might elevate to approximately the same level, maybe even a little bit past where you were with them. And that is typically a big sign of psychological displacement. So if you were at the time of talking about getting married, talking about moving in together, talking about having kids together or something like that, and then suddenly they're at that same level with somebody else, and it's in a very, very, very short period of time, that means that they're trying to recreate the dynamic that they had with you, but with somebody else. In effect, they're still in the same relationship that they had with you, but there's just someone else as the placeholder in that relationship instead of you. And of course, this is not a very healthy dynamic. We have talked about this in our series on rebound relationships. You can go ahead and check that out up there. I'll put a video card for that up there. But this is not a good sign, because what happens is people end up getting in too deep, too fast in a relationship. and they don't really know the other person. Before you commit to somebody, I usually recommend that you go through the process of having some sort of challenging time with them, of seeing what it's like when things are good, but also seeing what it's like when things are, let's just say, not so good. So that you can get a good sense about what their personality is like and whether or not the two of you are a good fit to be together in a relationship or not. And so you often leapfrog past this important test of a relationship if you get in too deep too fast. And what happens is you end up overcommitted to somebody that you don't even really know. And this may be where your ex finds themselves when your ex moves on quickly. And so this isn't actually a good thing for your ex. I know it may seem from all appearances that your ex's relationship is perfect and wonderful and amazing. But it's not necessarily that way. Especially if you're looking on like Facebook or some other social media website. Keep in mind, the way that you win at Facebook is that you make it seem like you have the most perfect life possible. That is to say, you curate everything that people see about you on Facebook so that it looks like everything is wonderful, amazing, and perfect. Very, very few people, unless they're just trying to get attention or something, will openly share the tough times, the honest times, the challenges, the frustrations, the setbacks, the disappointments that they are experiencing on social media. They usually just keep those things to themselves and share the polished, perfect version in front of them. So don't judge your ex's new, likely, rebound relationship just based off of what they're posting on social media. They're probably not going to post, oh, hey, I had another argument. Oh, hey, I don't know who I'm in a relationship with. I don't know if there's any future. I'm having some serious doubt. They're not going to post that. They're just going to post like, hey, here's us at the beach. Look at how beautiful we are. Here's us on some romantic evening. Never mind the fact that we got into a big fight later that night or anything. Don't worry about that. Here's the perfect photo of us dressed to kill as we're out at some, great restaurant or bar or something like that. So don't worry about that. Just focus on you connecting with your ex in the best possible way. Assuming you want to get back together with them or start a new relationship with them. If you just want to move on, then by all means, go ahead and move on. But if you just want to connect with your ex and see what's possible between the two of you, focus on that connection. Focus on building a strong emotional connection between you and your ex. And the stronger that emotional connection is, the more of a disconnect they're going to feel in that displaced relationship. The more of a disconnect they're going to feel in that rebound relationship. Because keep in mind, they're in a relationship with a memory of you. And the more that you and your ex are actually connecting, the more of a distance there's going to seem between them and their rebound partner. The more they're going to see that, expectations not living up to reality, and that things are going to start becoming more and more difficult. Now, I don't think that you need to go out of your way to sabotage your ex's new rebound relationship. Chances are they will have, let's just say, a big set of problems on their own. That's why rebound relationships have a very, very, very poor success rate and a very, very, very poor reputation. It's because people are getting in too deep, too fast. They're becoming overcommitted, and they don't really know the person that they're committing to. And then when real life starts to step in, when all those suppressed emotions that they're trying to ignore from the breakup start to resurface, or when they start to realize that, I thought that you were going to be a caring and compassionate person just like my ex, but it turns out you're self-centered, or it turns out that you're not honest, or it turns out that, whatever it might be, then that's when things are going to start to get really difficult. So again, your job is to focus on keeping the connection strong between you and your ex, showing them that they're not walking back into the same relationship that they walked out of if they were to get back together with you, and to nurture that connection as much as possible so that there is a strong emotional connection between the two of you. And it will, as a side effect, also highlight the disconnect and the illusion of the relationship that they're currently in. So I hope this helps you out. I hope this answers what is happening when your ex gets into a relationship very quickly. And once again, if you like what we're doing here, give this video a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel. And, think about checking out this playlist over here on Rebound Relationships, or you might also want to check out this video over here. Anyway, this has been Clay. Take care, and I'll talk to you next time.